Welcome to the Stretch to Go podcast. My name is Ian Ray. I'm your host for today. Today we have Jurjen van Leeuwen from Amsterdam, Netherlands, here with me on the podcast. So, Jurjen, welcome to the Stretch to Go podcast.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward. Yeah.
I know we have a 6-hour time difference, so it's about 3 p.m. your time, 9 a.m. here. So I'm glad you can make it. But man, Jurgen, I know this is something that I've never done before, interviewing someone overseas. But I'm curious and excited to know how you got into fascia stretch therapy and how you heard about Stretch to Win. But please give me a background of who you are, what do you do for your living, how you got started in fascia stretch therapy.
My name is Jurjen. I'm 39 from Amsterdam. I started off as a PT. I think as many of the stretch therapists started as a personal trainer in a commercial gym. I did the Polygon course, and that's where they started talking about it. I've never met Charles, but I've seen him talk about it as well. So it already got me interested, and I first saw it as a tool for personal training, as somebody with limited shoulder mobility, how to fix it and continue with the training. But because of the courses in the US, it's quite pricey and you don't know exactly what to expect. I started to looking for other courses, but in the Netherlands, but I couldn't find the right one. It was always painful therapy, or it was a quick fix, but also the results didn't stay for that long. And I had FST on my list for a while, and I was doubting, should I go to Phoenix, should I go to Canada? And then on the agenda, I was looking, it was not promoted at all, but I was looking and I saw Holland. So I was like, okay, level 1, Holland, sign me in. I'm going 100% sure. And it was really funny because it was hosted by a big commercial gym, and they invited some of their head trainers. But I was the only Dutch person there that was paying for the course and knew about it in Holland. So I was really lucky. And then I started doing it in my gym and realized really soon it was not only a PT tool, but it was like a standalone business. People booked me in for an hour of just stretching and not only to do a quick fix in the gym. And then when I realized that, I was like, okay, let me get in I don't know how much it was, but I think it was like 100 hours to get to level 2. And then when I did level 2, I think it was already 80% stretching, 20% PT. And I think now it's like 95. I still have some old clients that I train, but it's 95% of the time it's stretching. Did it in a commercial gym for a long time till COVID happened. And with COVID, I was able to do stretch sessions at home. The gym was, I was allowed to stretch, but the gym was not allowed to open. So then I started to do the home visits. Did that for a long time. Now I have a room that I use in the Jordaan area in Amsterdam, where I can stretch. But I think it's still like 90% of my stretches are at people's homes or at the office, and the other 5% is in the gym.
So how did that happen? Did Stretch to Win come to Holland to do this course?
Yeah, it's like a budget gym, but it's quite big. And I think they organized it. They got them in to facilitate the course to their head trainers. And I think it was one of the only times that FST went to Europe. I was not invited. I didn't work for that gym, so I just paid for it. But when I did it and I posted it online that I was doing the course, I got so many comments like, dude, I should have known. You should have told me. I wanted to go, and yeah, I still get a lot of messages still in Holland where you can take the course. And then I always tell them you have to go to Canada or the US. And then they're like, okay, never mind. It will cost me too much money. It's too far away. And yeah, it's good and it's bad because FST or even stretch therapy doesn't have a big name here,
Mm.
but also there's not a lot of competition. So it has pros and cons.
Okay. So you being a PT, how do you, I guess, how do you incorporate fascia stretch with, with PT?
I don't
No.
incorporate it that much anymore. In the beginning I did, but now it's just an hour of stretching or sometimes 90 minutes, sometimes even 2 hours. But it's just now a standalone thing.
Okay. Do you know what kind of people that come in, like the demographics? Are they like middle age? Are they older? Are they active? What kind of people come in to get, fascia stretch therapy?
Yeah, I think I have three types of clients. The first one is just they come to relax. It's like book a massage or you book like a stretch therapy. They don't have any issues. They just want to get stretched and relax. Then the second group is, I think it's people that work out a lot and see me as their part of their recovery and injury prevention. That's quite a big group. It's not like athletes, but it's still people that go to the gym 4, 5, 6 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the third group is people with some issues, pain, or you name it. They went to the normal route of health practitioners, physical therapy, doctor. They couldn't help them, and then they start looking further, and then they sometimes they see fascia somewhere in a podcast or Instagram or whatever, and then they start looking for something nearby, and then they find me. And with some people I see them once to fix their issues, and some people I see them every week, and it gives them relief. But it's the best thing they found. Yeah, it's quite a wider range of people that I see.
And then, sorry, I wanted to go back a little bit. So, how did you hear about Stretch to Win? I mean, was it promoted somehow? I know you weren't at that gym, but like, how did you hear about this course that you can take stretch therapy?
Yeah, when I was at Polycon course at Rhode Island,
Mm-hmm.
that's where people were talking about it, and then I started following them, and that's where they got my interest. Started to follow some stretch therapists in the U.S., and then I was like, okay, this is something I want to do, and I think it will help my business and my training. And yeah, it did. I was really, I think it's therapy wise the best course I've ever taken, and they teach it also really well. I like how they build it up. And the first day you're like, how am I going to do this at the end of the week? But yeah, it's really a good system, and yeah, I really like it a lot.
And what year was this when you first heard about it? How long ago?
I think it's 9 years ago,
Oh wow.
something about it. When I
Okay.
heard about it, yeah, 9, 10 years ago, and then it took a while before they came to Holland. And
So what year did you take your level one?
I think it was in 2018, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So all
Yeah.
right. Dang. And then have you seen any like wins or success that you've seen from the time you've stretched people of like from the time they came in till, they probably currently right now, any wins and success? Like share some success stories that you've seen of patients coming in just because of fascia stretch therapy.
Yeah. I think what's most impressing is the emotional release with clients. You don't expect it. Sometimes they don't expect it as well. I had people, they were laughing a bit, like finding it awkward to get stretched. And then the next day you get a text, I'm so emotional today. And is this a part of the therapy? And I was like, yeah, this could definitely be a part of the therapy. And then the day after that, they feel great. And then they have let go of something. I don't know what it was, but it was some trauma that they released. I think that's one of the most impressive things that as a therapist that you can be a part of. I've also had it directly on the table. People started shaking and letting go of their emotions. It's really impressive, and also yeah, it's like a blessing to be a part of something big for them, to be a part of that. But also clients that have like issues for years, and you'll be the first person to be able to help them. Yeah, that's also so great and so rewarding, and yeah, it's a great feeling when they send you a message that you really help them. Sometimes also when you meet somebody on the streets that you stretch one time and they started talking and it's like, yeah, I had that problem for 5 years and it was gone after one session. I was like, dude, why didn't you let me know, Send me a message. But it's really nice. And also the people I see weekly or every other week that are really grateful to book the sessions and you'll be able to help them. Sometimes it's with they work in a certain environment where they're always in the same position.
Hmm.
So you cannot fix the problem for the long term, but you can definitely give a lot of relief and release.
Yeah. That's so true. With I kind of experienced this firsthand about the emotional release that you're talking about. I work at a chiro currently, and one of my client I'm stretching. I think her first paid session, like yeah, she was literally tearing up like on the table, and like it's okay, just let it go. Like it's something that I'm sure you've been holding for so long. I just don't know what it is, but it's helping you because like you're saying, like trauma is something you can verbally, talk it through, but I don't know. I think it's that feeling, emotion that just is just held up in your body. How do you release it, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a great modality to do that because of the fact that you're there on the table. And it's so passive and it's so gentle for most people that they can't get into that stored trauma area. So yeah, it's amazing. This modality is definitely something one of a kind.
Yeah.
With you, meeting with clients for the first time, do you have any like assessments that you do typically?
It depends. If they just come to relax, I normally just start stretching and we do the full hour stretching. And when they have certain issues, I do some screening. But also, I always say the first session is like the actual screening as well to see the differences between left and right and whatever the problem is. During the session you find out the most what I experience, and I always do a screening. If they have neck pain, how do they stand, how are they aligned, the hips, the knees, the shoulders. But I think the most you see is during the first session. That's how I normally see it. And I always I did a course once. It was with Gary Ward. It was all about feet. It's called Anatomy in Motion. So I always try to watch at the feet, the ankles and the knees as well a lot, because I think that's where a lot of problems start, especially when it's a big difference between left and right foot. The ankle turns in, the knee turns in, the hip shifts.
Mhm.
So I try to incorporate that as well.
Yeah, I'm glad that you know that fact about the feet because I feel that is the foundation, right? So like if your foot is, inverted or even like if your toes aren't splayed or balanced enough, like that kinetic chain goes up. And so it'll affect everything, knees, hips, like you said, you name it. I mean, it's something that I think people are overlook. And I know it's a growing movement here in the US with barefoot shoes and like foot strength. That's something that mobility that's missing link is that ankle, the foot. It plays a critical role. So that's something I'm sure we could always come back to and talk about like the importance of foot and ankle mobility. But when you explain to someone the word fascia, do you give any kind of do you give them any examples or analogy if they don't know what the fascia is?
I always tell them we have a different name for it in like the connective tissue in Dutch. So I explain it always. They understand, and the connective tissue, they already like understanding it better. And then I explain it's underneath the skin, it's around the muscles, it's around the organs. And then I always try to explain if you clean out the meat, the white film, and then they're like, okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that it builds up, that there can be issues, but also like scar tissue from surgeries or tattoos or whatever. And they're like, okay, I think I understand. But it's still hard to explain, especially if you talk about storing emotions. It's like you can imagine, but you cannot see it. So yeah, it's still a bit of a mystery, the fascia, and it's always overlooked. It was never that interesting. And now suddenly, or not suddenly, but the last years, they're doing more and more research, and you see more coming out. Yeah, I think it gets more interesting the coming years as well.
What's the word in Dutch for fascia, or how do you explain it? Fascia in
Yeah,
Dutch.
you can say fascie, but most people would understand bindweefsel, like connective tissue is bindweefsel, and fascia is like fascie. So they would understand. But fascia and fascie, they're still like with the normal people. If you don't, maybe athletes understand, but what most regular clients, they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Fasci. And then I guess for anyone who you thought when you were enrolled into, Stretch to Win, the course, did you ever have any hesitancy going into it, or were you made up your mind that this is what I wanted to do because of the Charles Pelican quotes?
Yeah, yeah. I was 100% sure I wanted to do it. That was for sure. But then I was always doubting Canada, US, and the price point. And then when they came here, it was like a no-brainer. Signed up immediately. Yeah, it was easy choice. And I think it was the Canada team that came here and really enjoyed it. Liked it a lot. And then yeah, when I did level 1, I wanted to do level 2 as fast as possible, as soon as possible. And I was really surprised as well about the difference between level 1 and 2, how much you learn, but also how much deeper it goes. And I was really impressed. And now, of course, it's been a while. I've took some other courses in between, but level 3 is definitely on the list now.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for anyone that's like thinking about enrolling to the Stretch to Win course? What would you tell them if they're on the fence about, enrolling?
I would definitely do it. That's for sure. I would really recommend. I think it's easier if you have some kind of experience with therapy or like massage or touching people.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're just doing training and you never did anything with therapy, maybe it takes a little bit longer to get the hang of it and get the feeling right. But yeah, if you want to do it, and I think most trainers, they're going to specialize somewhere, if it's nutrition or it will be mobility or some kind of therapy. So if you're looking more for the therapy side, I would definitely advise as a PT to take the step. It will bring you it will make you better as a PT, but it'll also bring you like a second business. So I would definitely recommend.
And how do you offer fascia stretch therapy to new clients? I mean, or like what ways, um, like what ways have you found ways to introduce people to FSC? Is it like, do you do some kind of marketings or referrals right now? Because you've been doing this for a while. How do you kind of offer
Yeah.
FSC?
In the beginning, I think that in the gym that I worked at, people knew I was going to do it. So when I came back, they booked a few sessions, or they booked a session to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think within your own network is the first step. Then I changed gym, so I had to almost start from scratch. And what I did at the time, it's like 5.5 years back, 6 years back, I made a video, kind of a professional video, and I run Facebook ads,
Mm-hmm.
and I linked it to my online booking system, and that was like perfect. I didn't have to. I think it will cost me like €10 to get a client book, an actual booking, so it was really worth it. And yeah, after a while, my agenda would fill up. The waiting list would get longer. And at the time, I just turned it off, and I'd never turned it on since. And now it's referrals, and still in Amsterdam, I rank quite high in Google
Mm-hmm.
because there's little to no competition. So with Google, I get some clients as well, and yeah, that's enough for now.
Okay. Do you have any long-term goals for your business by chance? Like in the next 5-10 years, like what do you hope to see?
A stretching studio would be like the next step. That's for sure. Like a stretching studio in Amsterdam. Don't tell my other competitors, but that will definitely be the next step to do. There are some people that do it, not like a stretch studio, but they have something similar. They didn't do a stretch to win. I don't know what they did, but There are a few places in Holland, but I would like to do like a FST studio, and yeah, I'm 100% sure it will work out.
Yeah. How do you see, I know you kind of mentioned earlier about like fascia stretch therapy and like the future of it, but how do you see FST evolving in the next few years?
Yeah, I think one of the latest things that changed with Stretch to Win Institute is they added level 4. So I think that's already a big step. And I think there are some other like big influential people that only focus on fascia with their research that will come out with great research in the next 5 to 10 years. And I think Stretch to Win will pick it up, and they will maybe renew the course. And maybe it's good also if you haven't taken it for a long time to retake the course after a while. But I think with now level 4, I think it's an added level plus the sport specific included, if I'm correct. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, maybe even there will be level 5, I don't know. But and I think there will be more therapies. I think the Stretch to Win course is like the perfect base, as you can do it only Stretch to Win, and you can do perfect sessions. And then there's other courses that you can add some tools with specific problems. I've did quite a few courses, and I never saw it as a standalone thing. But there is always some things you pick out, and you're like, oh, this is a nice stretch or a nice technique for the neck or for the feet, and you add it into your system and into your program. And I think the FST should be the base, and then you add some other stuff to it.
What other modalities do you include in your sessions typically?
Sometimes it's a little bit of massage or release techniques. I use a massage gun a lot. I think I use it almost every session. Not only people like it a lot, but I already notice on myself as well. It releases some tension.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are really tensed up, if they're really like having a hard time to relax, sometimes I start with that. I like that a lot. And I use this stuff. It's called, what's the name? It's called Fascia Release. I don't know, fascia balm. Or, I don't know. It's not as liquid as massage oil,
Okay.
but it will give you a little bit less friction when it's just dry skin to skin. So it's like in between. But I use that a lot as well. It's nice. It's like a balm, but not as smooth as massage oil.
Yeah, I've always wondered like if people use massage gun after or before sessions, but I think it makes sense to do it before, like you said, to relax that tissue to get into the stretch.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's nice as an ending.
Uh-huh.
I use it on the traps and the lower back as like an ending of the session. And people are always like, "Oh, you can also do this a little bit longer. You can do this for an hour." I'm like, "Okay, I know it feels nice, but it will not do what we want it to do for like an whole hour." So, but it's a nice way to end the session as well for just a few minutes.
So I know for you, you kind of already hit this as far as like finding new clients and attracting, because you told me it's all by referral right now. Any other way that in the beginnings, besides the Facebook ads, like how did you find new clients? If someone's starting off brand new, like myself, I've only been doing this since July. How do you typically find your new clients? Like if you're working at a gym or if you're not even working in a clinic, like what strategies have you found most effective?
I think posting a lot on Instagram is the easiest. Post Definitely post bits and pieces of your sessions that people get a look of what you're doing, because by the name they maybe don't know. People ask me as well a lot. Yeah, stretching. What do you mean stretching? And you have to explain, but it's easier to show them some.
Okay.
So I think an Instagram page posting frequently, I think that's the best way. Make sure your website is is good and that you are ranked high on Google, especially the area where you live. I think that's the most important. And people, they found it somewhere on socials, and then they start Googling, where can I do this in Amsterdam or wherever you live. I think proper website, posting a lot on Instagram and maybe Facebook still, or I don't know, Facebook still alive. Mostly on Instagram.
Okay.
And you can definitely do ads as well. Maybe flyer in your neighborhood if you're in a gym, or maybe make a deal that you can be in the newsletter of your gym, or something like that, or have like a big advertisement in your gym. I think it's the best way to get new people and talk to people. That's the most important. If you're in a gym, be on the floor, talk to people, explain what you do, maybe give them a sneak peek and a preview of what you do like a 10 or 15-minute session on them just to promote yourself. It's the best way. Yeah.
Cool. And then like, I guess like, how have you grown your business from the time that you started till now? You know, what was it? What was the key take? Was it just being consistent, like you're saying, and growing new clients, or like just posting? Like, how did you grow from now till like, from before to now?
Yeah. I think the ads have helped a lot. And then I think when you see like 10 new people, some of them will come on a regular basis. I don't know, maybe 4 out of 10 will come. Maybe it's monthly, maybe it's every other week, maybe it's weekly. So I think you just have to see a lot of people in the beginning, and some of them, it's the right therapy for them or the feeling that they were looking for. And if you find those people and they like it and they see good results, they will come back. And the longer you do it and the more new people you see, yeah, more people will book every week or every other week. And with the people you see every week and every other week, you don't need that much. You know, if you have 20 people you see every week, your agenda, I don't know how many hours a week do you want to do it, but I don't want to do this 50 hours or 40 hours a week. It's physically too demanding.
Sure.
With a little bit over than 30 hours, I'm happy. And yeah, if you already have like 20 that you see every week, then your agenda is already booked for more than half of the week. And what I also have, it's really nice on the Monday, I have a company that I go to. I'm there every Monday. They have like a team between, I think every Monday there are between 16 and 20 people, and everybody can get stretched every week. So my whole Monday is there every week. So if you get a company like that, you only need 5. You need 5 clients, and your agenda is fully booked.
That's cool. How did you get with that company? Like, did you know someone to say, hey, and this is what I
Yeah.
offer? And then did you like make a deal with them?
It was a friend of mine. He was contacting me and he was asking, "Do you do a massage office, like the office massage? I think you have it in the US as well, the chair massage."
Uh-huh.
I don't know how it's called, but he was like, "Do you do massage at the office?" I was like, "No, but I can do the stretching at the office." And he was like, "I don't know, but just come by, bring your table, and we'll see." And I came by, and there was just a small team there. I think they were with 5. And I stretched everybody for 30 minutes, and they all liked it. So it was a done deal. It was like, can you come every week? And I think it was 4 years ago. So I came every week, and in the beginning it was just 3 hours a day, or every Tuesday I came there 3 hours. And then the team started to expand. I switched it to a Monday, and the business evolved, and they added more staff, and now it's like a full day of work. So yeah, that's perfect. I didn't try to get companies in, but I think it's a good way to fill up your agenda if you get a good company. I think there's also companies that are like bigger, so you cannot stretch everybody every week, but you can be there every week, and they can sign in maybe if they have like 1,000 people of staff. You just work with a form, and then maybe everybody can go once a month instead of every week. But I think there's plenty of opportunities in that area as well.
Yeah. No, that gives me that kind of helps me to get to that idea for this new year, like just trying different tactics. I think that is awesome. I think that's, especially if people are probably doing this on a lunch break maybe, or like, I don't know when to do it, but I think that's ideal. So office workers, or whether if you're at the gym, I think that's a great way for, de-stressing or recovering. So
Yeah, sure.
All right. So my last question for you, you being in Europe, okay, in Netherlands, is do you think that, like how your hopes and your dreams of like fascia stretch therapy, how do you think it can explode in, Netherlands? Like what are some things that you think Netherlands is behind from, Canada and US that's, not making it happen? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're always in Amsterdam, we're always a little behind the big cities like LA, New York, London, Sydney. You see it with the PT business, we're always a little bit behind. And you see it with this as well. I think Holland itself, it will be difficult to make stretch therapy big in Holland, but in the big cities, it's definitely an option. Amsterdam, Utrecht, Den Haag, Rotterdam. If you go to a small town, you can still do it, but you have to lower your prices a lot to still be able to get like a full agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam, I'm lucky that I already am in Amsterdam. I think it's the best option. Maybe Den Haag as well. A lot of expats, Rotterdam, maybe with the harbor as well. But if you want to, I think a stretch studio would be great. But I don't know if you ever been to Amsterdam. It's a small city, so there cannot be 10 studios would not survive. It's that small. It's like I think one or two might be okay, and that's it.
Okay.
But I've seen a stretch studio. I don't think it's a FST one, but I've seen a stretch studio in London. So you already see they're a little bit ahead of time on us. But I think within Europe you will see a spread. I think the big cities in Europe will definitely have some sort of stretch studio in the future.
Got it. And then do you offer memberships or packages, or like how do you typically sell your FSCs?
Yeah. So I have single sessions. That's what most people book when they start.
Mm-hmm.
And I had packs as well, like 5-pack or a 3-pack and a 10-pack. But in the past, I had the memberships as well. So I switched it back to the membership. So it's like a single session. And then the memberships are like every week or every other week.
Mm. Okay. That's cool. And then I guess I'm being nosy, but there's so many apps for us as practitioners to use for booking systems, like, I don't know, there's like Calendly, there's Simply Book, but what booking app do you use typically for your sessions?
Yeah, my booking system is Dutch. It's called Trainin. It's good. It's you have like a starting page where all the information is on. You see some pictures, you see the agenda. They can book a slot, see the price, and can continue there. And on my website, there are always links to the booking system.
Okay.
But I think it's Dutch, and I'm not sure, but I think it's only in Holland. But it's called Training. So no training with a G on the end, but just training. So I think it's Dutch. Yeah. But it works good. I think what also can be a next step, and if you're just starting, is to build up maybe like a video. If you have a booking system where you can also be a member, where you get a membership to the booking system,
Mm-hmm.
and where you can put in videos for homework and do a membership based thing on that as well for people living a bit further or they don't have the money to come every week. That would be something to grow your business in as well. And then you have some online revenue. You just make sure the database continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be interesting as well.
Okay. I'll look into
But
that
my
too.
booking system doesn't allow it. So then I need to switch booking systems.
Sure. Well, hey, man, Jurgen, I appreciate you coming on to my podcast. It's been awesome talking to you and learning more about what you're doing there in Amsterdam. I love to promote your business. So for people to follow you and, of course, learn more about what you're doing, feel free to share with us your social media handle, your website, an email, and then, of course, phone or even the physical work location, the address that people can book you sessions. So go ahead.
Well, the Instagram is Fascia Stretching, Fascia, I think, _stretching. Where they can find me is fasciastretching.nl. That's where you find all the info. You can also see it in English. And I can come to people's homes in Amsterdam or around Amsterdam, or they come to Westerstraat, 187 in the Jordaan area, where I use a massage room in a personal training studio. And yeah, my phone number is 641716743. They want to contact me by WhatsApp or telephone for any questions. Yeah, slide me a DM if you want to know something, or yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you again, Jurgen. For those of you who are wanting to learn about Fascia Stretch Therapy that Jurgen and I took through the Stretch to Win Institute, please go visit stretchtowin.com, where you can learn more and how to become a practitioner like ourselves, apply into your tool set as a practitioner. But Matt, thank you so much. Looking forward to it. And for those of you wanting to learn more about what I'm doing, follow Stretch to Go LSC on Instagram, and of course, like, share, subscribe on this podcast. Jurgen, thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Hopefully I can do a part 2 about more about ankle mobility and foot strength. So let's do it next time.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.